Kevin, if you could please, at 7:02, call the meeting to order and take roll call.
Mr. Dickerson.
Here.
Ms. Gerber.
Here.
Mr. Pollitt. Absent. Mr. Hart.
Here.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Mr. Thacker.
Here.
Ms. Elliott.
Here.
All present but Mr. Pollitt.
All right, if we could stand for the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. First order of business is approval of the minutes from March 27th, 2012.
Make a motion we approve the minutes.
I've got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker. Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 5-0, one absent.
Second order is the approval of the minutes of April 3rd, 2012.
Make a motion we accept the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any discussion on those minutes? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Abstain.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
And Mr. Pollitt has arrived, but we have a 4-0.
Thank you very much for calling.
And
Where'd she go?
one absent.
Julie. I apologize. I have no excuse. Except
Thank you for coming, Bob.
Except I'm sitting there eating ice cream.
He did bring it
We
up
just
for
did
everyone.
I didn't have enough to go around.
did the approval of the minutes. We're on the bills. If you want to
All righty.
get yourself seated there for a few minds and
I'm
get
seated.
your composure.
Thank you, Julie.
What you need.
I came out.
Do we have an extra ink pen down there anywhere?
No.
I will give him one, but I will.
Here. That way you don't get hung. There we go. You've got a copy of the bills in front of you right now. Look over those for a few minutes, and when you feel comfortable, I need a motion to approve the bills.
What? Excuse me.
Make a motion we pay the bills.
I've got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion over the bills? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollitt.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Chief. Chief Friend is presenting information regarding the drug drop-off program.
The reason I want to do this at this meeting is because by the time we do it next meeting and by the time it airs, we'll be over. So this drug drop-off for expired or older found drugs will be April 28th, Saturday, and it will be here from 10 to 2 p.m. We already have posters up in about a dozen locations, and we're going to get some more going there too. You did have this in October, I believe, and we do this 2 times a year. After we, the people drop off the drugs, we weigh them, record, we take them all to a facility where then they're transported for disposal the correct way. So I just wanted to make everybody aware that they'll be seeing posters like this. Got drugs. It's also on the marquee out here. And for any unwanted or expired drugs, please bring them in so we can get rid of those. Because we don't want anybody to get a hold of those, especially the younger people, and something really bad happens. So turn them in.
Thank you, Chief. Moving on to legislation. We've got an ordinance we did last time when we had a typo on it, so I'm bringing it back in front of council again. It's ordinance 0-2012-17, amending ordinance 02012-15, appropriating properties to public use. So I will go ahead and read Amelia Village, Ohio ordinance number 0-2012-17, an ordinance amending 0-2012-15, appropriating to public use property required for the improvements of West Main Street, State Route 125, and declaring an emergency. This time, I'd like to waive the rules for 3 readings on 3 separate dates.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, go ahead.
First, I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
Ordinance number 0-2012-17, an ordinance amending 0-2012-15, appropriating to public use property required for the improvement of West Main Street, State Route 125. This time I entertain a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
First, I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
Amelia Village, Ohio ordinance number 0-2012-17, an ordinance amending 0-2012-15, appropriating to public use the property required for the improvement of West Main Street, State Route 125. At this time, I need a motion for the approval of the emergency clause.
I'll make the motion, emergency clause.
Second.
First, I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
Second piece of legislation is supplemental appropriations. It's Amelia Village, Ohio ordinance 0-2012-18, an ordinance by the Council of Amelia Village, Ohio, making supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2012 for Amelia Village. This time I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a first and a second. Have any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
Mr. Hart, you need to wait 3 readings on that.
We have to do that one on this one. So just go ahead and read the title again and request the 3 readings be waived, and then do that second part.
I would go ahead and waive the, ask for permission to waive the 3 reading, and then probably vote on adoption of the ordinance again. Since
Okay.
this last vote, you do not have 3 readings prior to adoption of the ordinance.
Does
Okay.
it matter that it's not on here?
It's on the second page.
Yeah.
Ordinance 0-2012-18, an ordinance by the Council of Amelia Village, Ohio, making supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2012 for Amelia Village. At this time, make a motion to suspend the rules on 3 readings for 3 separate dates.
So moved.
I have a first. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
We need to do the emergency clause on this one.
No emergency clause, but you do need to ask for a motion to adopt the
Okay.
ordinance.
Ordinance 0-2012-18, an ordinance by the Council of Amelia Village, Ohio, making supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2012 for Amelia Village. This time I need a motion to adopt.
So moved. I'll second it.
First, I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
All right. Moving on to the next piece of legislation. Amelia Village, Ohio Ordinance 0-2012-19, an ordinance authorizing an agreement with Plumgood Lawn Care Service for the cutting of grass on municipally owned property. This time I need a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings on 3 separate dates.
So moved.
Second.
First, I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
Amelia Village, Ohio Ordinance 0-2012-19, an ordinance authorizing an agreement with Plumgood Lawn Care Service for the cutting of grass on municipal-owned property. At this time, I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
I have a first, I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
I do have a question.
Sure.
On the back of this, my name is not on there. There is another name.
You got a typo on there, typo
There's
on there
a
too.
typo.
Yep, we will fix that, yep.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that to our attention.
I was like, wait, I don't see.
Thank you, Susan.
Got it.
Would it be simpler to just get her to change her name?
No thanks.
Probably.
Amelia Village, Ohio, Ordinance 0-2012-19, an ordinance authorizing an agreement with Plumgood Lawn Care Service for the cutting of grass on municipally owned property. At this time, I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0.
Last piece of legislation, actually a very important piece of legislation. Amelia Village, Ohio, Ordinance 0-2012-20, an ordinance waiving the residency requirement of the chief of police. This time, I need a motion to suspend the rules on three.
This was just the first reading.
Just do a first reading. That will be the first reading. I'd like to go ahead at this time and do some mayor's input, if that's all right with council. Ricky came back with a paper. We approved him $600 to get uniforms. He spent a total of $337.20, and he has a balance of $262.80. He would like to purchase the safety green T-shirts with the remainder of the money, so I'm looking for a motion from council to give him.
I'll make that motion, we buy the bright green work shirts, best or
her shirts, yeah.
Second.
I got a first and a second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson. Yay. Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
Passes 6-0. What were those amounts again, please, Mayor?
$337.20 is what he had spent, and the balance was $262.80 he had left.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The other order of business I have, we've got a subcommittee for the Personnel Policy Manual, and at this time I'd like to make another appointment to that subcommittee for the Personnel Policy Manual. I'd like to ask Mr. Dickerson if he would like to be on that subcommittee for the Personnel Policy Manual. And we need to try to set a meeting up between the 16th and the 19th this month to go over Personnel Policy Manual. So whatever date would work for you and Gary. 18th.
What day is that on?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. Okay, that's all I have. Do we have any public input tonight? No public input. How about council input?
I've got something, I guess.
Sure.
I move that we go into an executive session under the revised code section 121.22G to discuss the compensation for part-time police officers and the police clerk report.
We need a motion from council?
Make the motion.
Motion. We need a second.
We got a second. Chuck second.
No, Chuck made the motion.
Oh.
Second.
And he'll second. They went back and forth here.
However it works.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Dickerson.
Yeah.
Ms. Gerber.
Yeah.
Mr. Pollock.
Yep.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
Ms. Elliott.
Yay.
And that was, it passed 6-0. That was 121.2G.
22G.
Thank you.
We'll be gone for about 5 to 10 minutes. Everybody who wants to hang loose, you're more than welcome to wait till we come back. Yes.
You're going to need to come back in a session.
Yes. Call the meeting back to order at 7:38. We've got another piece of legislation, ordinance 0-2011-13, an ordinance authorizing agreement with Beaches Lawn Care for the cutting of grass and/or weeds determined to be in violation of the Amelia Code of Ordinances. That'll be the second reading. All right, this time I'll open the floor back. I see we've got a new guest for public input, if we have any public input. Any council input?
Yeah. I was waiting to see if anybody else. I just wanted to thank everybody who came out to the Amelia Easter egg hunt. In particular, Amber Kirshner, who was the PTA liaison from Amelia Elementary. Tom Hatton from Hatton Fence Company, who lent us a fence for the take pictures. The Amelia Police Department, Union Township Fire Department, and most of all, the Recreation Committee, everybody who was there, and most of all, the Easter Bunny for coming.
I'd like to also add to that to thank First Watch for their donation also.
Sorry.
That's all right. Anybody else have anything else? We have Clean and Green coming up, and what is the date? Do we know?
20.
The 28th will be Clean and Green for the village. So
Again?
if we need volunteers, they can call you, Julie,
Either
correct?
call me or go on their website. There's a link to it on our website.
Okay.
What
So-
day is
Or
that?
they can call me, the 28th.
Saturday.
So we would appreciate all the support we can get from all the residents. If we've got nothing else, at this time, our next council.
Is he doing Grove Park? Like
Same as
always?
usual.
Our next council meeting will be Tuesday, April 24th at 2012 at 7 p.m. At this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
First and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all for coming.